Okay, guys. So today, for my Monday Live, we're going to be sharing about my favorite get out of overwhelm tools. Self-care in practice. Oh, the irony. If only you guys knew. One of my favorite things about having Staffless Practice Academy is I have an amazing team that I get to work with. And my right hand, Shelly, and I had a team meeting this morning. I cried through like half of it because of how overwhelmed I am. And I said the irony of me going live this morning to share my tools to take care of myself in practice. You know, taking care of myself doesn't mean that I feel good. It just means that I feel clear. I feel connected. I feel like I'm doing the things to make me the best version of me possible today. And usually what it looks like for me, it's different for everybody, what self-care and practice means, right? For me, what it looks like is staying away from sugar, which is really hard because if sugar is in the picture, I'm reacting. Exercising every day, every single day. It used to be a few times a week. At some points it wasn't at all. But now that I'm almost 50, I've been in practice for almost 23 years every day. And my rule is that I make my workout the center of my day, and then everything else falls in around it. So today I knew that I had a full day of coaching, you guys. And then I'm off with my kid later this afternoon. So first thing this morning, I was at Orange Theory. And did I want to go? No, I didn't want to go, but it's done. And now I can go on with my day. So movement. And my rule of thumb with movement is for every 10 minutes in front of the computer, for every hour in front of the computer, 10 minutes of sweat, 10 minutes of cardio. And I don't care if cardio is dancing in front of the TV or going for a run or a fast walk or doing CrossFit, whatever floats your boat. It's just essential that we move that energy through if we're sitting in front of a computer, because this isn't what our bodies were meant to do. It just wasn't. And there are all kinds of consequences to it that I don't even think we know yet. I'm totally preaching to the choir. You guys are a group of amazing wellness practitioners, so you get it. So self-care and practice. The other thing is that when I was young in practice, self-care was so much less necessary. At least it felt less necessary than now, because for a couple of reasons. One is that I'm older. Another is that the world is so different than it was 23 years ago. I don't have a way often to navigate who's coming into the office and what they're bringing with them. If you guys drink, you smell what I'm cooking or you're picking up what I'm dropping off. There are unknown factors that there weren't 20 years ago, 10 years ago, even 5 years ago. So self-care is imperative if I don't want to crash and burn. And crash and burn for me looks different than crash and burn for you. My picture of overwhelm looks like I get itchy. I reach for chocolate. I see the scale creep up. I react instead of respond. I start getting body pain, like back pain or headaches. These are all of my signs and signals that I'm in overwhelm. So, you know, when I have a patient come to see me and they're like, I fell last week, this week I crashed my car, a month ago, I broke up with my boyfriend, whatever it is. My response is, you got to stop for a minute and listen to all of the signs and signals that you're getting. And it's my belief that healthy is having a very clear understanding of cause effect and being a part of that understanding, participating in that understanding. That to me is being healthy. And if I fall or trip down the sidewalk, once on Monday. And then on Tuesday, I almost get hit by a car. And then on Wednesday, I'm walking into the supermarket and I walk into the door. It's 3 times now that the universe is telling me to wake up. That's how I see things in my little reality. So self-care for me, it's everything. It's imperative. When I had staff in my office, I have a puppy like by my foot and she just shook her whole body out. So if you're hearing weird sounds, that's it. When I had a team in my office, there was like this layer of protection between me and people who bring a lot of stuff into the office, right? It was, I would be able to bounce it back to the person who was at my front desk. Like, this is a lot of energy. I can't process it right now. I'm going to walk away. Now there's no filter because there's nobody in the office. So every once in a while, I'll have somebody come in and they'll have a lot of stuff going on. And I want to make it so that my office is a safe place to experience that, right? But if I'm hungry, angry, lonely, tired, funny, my best friend calls me while I'm doing this live. If I'm hungry, angry, lonely, tired, I react and I go into a place of overwhelm and I start saying stupid stuff and I trip over my words. I'm not as clear with my adjustment or my service because I'm tired, I'm hungry, I'm lonely, whatever it is. So there are ways, like little tips for tricks and tips. Hi, Jared. Tips and tricks for self-care throughout the day that I keep on my person, and I'm going to go over that. I also want to just remind you that here in this group I just posted, it's called the Red Zone. And basically with Red Zone, you learn what your body signals are when you go to a place of overwhelm. When you're good, when you're heading towards overwhelm, and when you're overwhelmed. What are the different signals or symptoms that your body gives you? And if we're able to hear them and listen to them and feel them as soon as they come on, running a practice without staff or with staff who only shows up to do what they're great at doing becomes a whole lot easier. So there are a few protection systems that I keep at the forefront of my practice so that I don't go to a place of overwhelm running my practice without staff. One of them is a kick-ass texting program. It's a one-click solution to reach all of my people if I'm running late, if I need to cancel, if I have an opening that I wasn't expecting on a Saturday morning, whatever it is. I need that communication system for my practice because I don't have staff to sit there and make phone calls, right? Really, I was talking to a client this morning and I was saying that, I don't know why she's crying, you guys. What's the matter, Kuna? Yeah. I was talking to a client this morning and I was saying that when we have a struggle in practice, a stress in practice, chiropractors think of it as a subluxation with our practice. It's just subluxation adjustment, subluxation adjustment, subluxation adjustment. However, it's also really important to note that if there's no subluxation present, you don't need to go finding an adjustment, right? So a lot of times I think we spend all of our energy trying to find adjustments for subluxations that haven't surfaced. And it's really important that, yeah, of course we need to be prepared, and we prepare with our daily, weekly, monthly rituals to take care of ourselves, but don't go looking for resolution to problems that aren't there, right? So don't worry about things that aren't a problem. And when I mean, and there's a difference between worrying about things that aren't a problem and planning smart. Planning smart is being proactive about self-care, self-preservation, growth for your practice, growth for your piggy bank, all of these things, right? But worrying about problems that aren't there yet is a waste of your time, and time is a really precious commodity, so don't do that. As many one-click solutions as possible. This is a way to plan, right? So the one-click solution for emails for new practice members, the one-click solution for texting that you're running late, the one-click solution for sending paperwork. All of these things are a way to take care of yourself, but also your practice members, so that nobody's going into a place of overwhelm. Okay, hi, Clint. Self-care in practice also for me looks like having checklists ready to go. I need a weekly checklist. I need to have a piece of paper where I have my pencil. It's Monday and I'm doing all of the Monday things. Do you know why? Because there's so much running around in this head of mine. There's so much going on. If I have it in black and white and then I can check it off each week, I'm good to go. I just need to remember to do it. That's the hardest thing, right? And that's where I lean on my accountability buddy. That's where I lean on my best friend, and so on and so forth. Okay, so those are my admin things that I lean on. Self-care and practice as far as my body is concerned. If I have somebody walk in and they're sneezing and their nose is going, I have rules about that, but if that's happening, I'm not going to kick them out of my office. I keep colloidal silver around. This is my mechanism for clearing my sinuses, making sure that I'm not holding on to anything. Ideally, if I'm on my game, I've already worked out, I haven't eaten sugar in the 24 hours. So my body is pretty, it's pretty pliable. It's pretty ready to integrate any new information. I find for me that colloidal silver helps a lot. I also use my essential oils, and you guys know that I'm an essential oils person. I love peppermint oil. I will commonly just dab it on my tongue, and I keep it in my pocket, and it grounds me. It's a really pungent experience to take peppermint oil, and it changes the way that my whole cranial system feels. It brings me to the moment. It makes me present in the moment. So usually I have peppermint on my person, and especially when I'm working out. You know, a lot of times when I'm at the gym, I have a tendency to like leave my body and go into happy place, right? But it's really important for me to be present in my body when I'm lifting heavy weights and I'm doing these really challenging things with my body. Peppermint oil helps a lot for me. And then I use things like peace and calming and deep relief. And these are things that I'll either put them on I don't have a beaded bracelet here, but I'll put them on a beaded bracelet, or I'll just roll it right on my wrist. And the way that I've been taught to use essential oils is I put it on my body, I rub, and then I breathe it in, and this I'll be smelling all day. And of course, as soon as I put it on, Kuna walks up to me because they know, don't they? So in conclusion, you know, I miss the days that self-care wasn't so necessary. I miss being able to get away with eating like crap for a week and not having any long-term effects. I miss not having to get 8 to 9 hours of sleep a night, right? But the truth is that these things are necessary for me at this point in my practice career. And I have to make them a priority or I'm no good to anybody. And I invite you to make them a priority with me. Figure out what your self-care picture looks like for you, because again, it's different for everybody, and give it attention, please. Because if we're taking care of ourselves and we're a walking example of what health looks like, feels like, smells like, what the experience is, then it's contagious, right? That health, that vibration is contagious to the people who we're serving. Whether you're a PT, an OT, a chiropractor, a therapist, take care of yourself. And physical, emotional, spiritual, all of it. It all needs attention. Okay. I used to have a practice member say, Jody, you do what you do and you get what you get. And I didn't understand so well. I was in my early 30s and I understand. You do what you do and you get what you get. If you do the work for self-care, you get to feel so much different. Your experience is so much different. And the people who are around you, their experience becomes different too. I hope that was helpful to you guys. And I hope that wherever you are, when you're watching this, you are finding peace in your heart and you're carrying that peace out to those who get to dance your dance with you. I'll talk to you soon.